Welcome back to the channel, guys. As you can see today, we've got two watches. They're basically the same watch. One's on a bracelet, one's on a leather strap. Sinn has listened to their Facebook fans and they've released 100 units only of this watch. They've listened to what the Facebook fans have been saying over the years and they've incorporated it into this model. Things like the stainless steel case is now bead blasted and it is phenomenal. It is wonderful. That second hand has got a beautiful orange accent to complement that leather strap. So as you can see, there's a nice little touch of color there just to bring some character in this watch, which is really cool. They've also incorporated two options. One of them is this leather strap with the orange stitching, and one of them is a bracelet which has got bead blasting on it, just to complement this particular model. And lastly, for the Australian fan pack, they've also included a Sinn baseball cap and a strap change tool, which I really like these. I might actually have to misplace these and put them aside. Enough of that. Thank you very much to Peter from Define Watches. He sent these out for us to have a look at. For those who don't know, the ones that live in Australia, Define Watches is based up in Noosa. Amazing company. Pete sent quite a few watches to the channel for us to have a look at. He's really generous, and you know what? These are pretty cool. These are really nice. Get on his website. I'll put a link in the description so that you can have a look at not only these watches but whatever else he's got there. Really a gentleman, and it's been wonderful to know him over the years. But getting back onto these, let's check them out. We've got a fantastic anthracite dial, and you know what? It's an electroplated technique. Very, very easy on the eyes. It's the contrast, the tonality is so nice. There's such a beautiful transition on this dial. I love it. Yeah, I've not made it a secret in the past. I am a very big Sinn fan. I've got several of them myself. I love the toolish, no nonsense, no fuss, very well engineered watches that are coming out of Germany. Now, what makes this different from any other 104 ST? Well, like I said before, the bead blasted case, the bead blasted bracelet, very nice touch. The orange accents, both on the actual strap, as you can see, the leather strap, as well as the second hand. These have got an exhibition case back at the back, and they're all numbered from 0 to 100. Define have informed me that they've actually got some really nice serial numbers. They've got for the Australian crew. Get in touch with them and you'll score yourselves a nice watch. Now let's get stuck into the specs of the watch. As you can see, the watches are exactly the same, whether on leather or whether on bracelet. The price comes in, I believe, at $23.95 for these watches, depending on how you spec it up. Looking at the watch's dimensions, I measure a case diameter of exactly 41 millimeters. That case height is 11.9 mil. I measure a lug to lug of 47.3 and a lug width of 20 mil. Now the crown is a signed screw down crown. It features 200 meters of water resistance and it's 5.8 millimeters. And the total weight on the bracelet is 164 grams, and on that leather strap it's 88. Now I haven't sized this particular one to my wrist, but as you can see, the watch fits really nice. Being a 41, also featuring 47.3 lug to lug, wonderful. The case height is impressive. Coming in at 11.9 millimeters to the top of that dome sapphire crystal, it's really a pleasurable experience on the wrist. Albeit the bracelet version does extend that lug to lug distance from 47.3 to 52.5, but even in saying that, it does seem to drape over the wrist quite nicely. As you can see, the footprint on the one on leather, just as nice. A very clean dial, obviously day-date complication as you can see, but a no-nonsense tool, no nonsense, no fuss, and built for a purpose. Now both of the watches feature a high-grade Sellita SW200 regulated, 28,800 vibrations per hour, very strong and reliable movements. If we look at the bezels on these watches, they're a 60-click bi-directional, and you know what, this is one of the things that I thoroughly enjoy about this watch is the bezel action. As you can see, very secure, very precise. It's more than firm enough to be able to lock in and not move, but it's also easy enough to move if you need to. So a really well engineered bezel. I love what Sinn does with their bezels. And this one, as you can see, you've got your screws. So it's not one of those bezels that's going to pop out unless you manually unscrew all those screws and pop it off yourself. So really well made for a purpose. Now the lume on the watch is also without mention, extremely clear, very well applied. The legibility is extremely easy to read in subdued light. So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing here. The hardware of the watch, as you can see, bead blasted on that bracelet. There's such a nice sheen. I love the H-link. I've got the H-Link on my Sinns as well, and I love the bead blasting. It gives it that modernist feel, really space age sort of a feel to me, and I love the tonality of the greys in this particular bracelet. The hardware's standard, as you can see, and you've got your extension that can go over any diver's suit or any jacket, no problems. Now the watches feature a sapphire crystal on the top as well as the underside exhibition caseback. The top crystal has AR coating on the underside and on the top, and the clarity is very, very nice. The crystal on the bottom of the caseback features AR on the inside only, so as to avoid scratching it and scuffing it up against the skin. Having had quite a few Sinn watches myself, look, I'm not going to bore you with the functionality. It's brilliant. 2 clicks, as you can see, we can hack the movement. These function beautifully, they really do, guys. The hand winding experience, the latch down experience, it is buttery smooth. So they're engineered well. I have them myself. I love Sinn watches. Can't speak highly enough of them. Now all watches feature positives and negatives, and very hard to find negatives on these watches, as what I'm seeing in the hand, what I'm experiencing, it's really nice. Look, honestly, if I have to speak about a negative, I'd probably say the limited edition. The fact that it is limited edition, once there's only 100. Once they're sold, they're sold. You can't buy these. So a lot of people end up, maybe hoarding 1, 2 or 3 of these watches and then flogging them off in the secondary market at a highly exorbitant price. But I tell you what they've done, if you look at Define's website, you can only purchase 1 watch per person. So they've limited the purchase of these watches 1 per person, which I think is a very smart thing, because it avoids people stocking up on multiple copies and trying to make a profit, which is pretty cool. Second negative I'd probably have to say is, look, I'd like to see 4 micro adjustments for that size H-Link. It just would have been a little bit nicer. The hardware itself is very nice. I can't fault it. I have these bracelets myself. Extremely comfortable. They wear really well. I love the Allen key screws. You tighten on both sides. You put a little bit of Loctite. Holds secure. As far as positives are concerned for these watches, whoever's had the brand before, they know the quality that they're getting. These are exactly the same. Finished to a level of high tolerance. That anthracite dial is absolutely wonderful. The legibility is very, very good. I like the orange accent. I think they've done really well with this particular model. For the Australian customers, the fact that they've got some special serial numbers for you guys, pretty cool. You got yourself a nice limited watch, but you've also got a special serial number. So get on Peter's website, Define's website, have a look, ask him for what number they've got. Maybe you can source one out for yourself, maybe a birth year or something, I'm not sure, but I'll leave that up to you guys. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. This is a limited run, like I said, of only 100 pieces. Let me know what you think of Sinn or this particular model. There's not much bad to say about them as far as a really nice, decent watch, really well built. And to be honest, if you bought something like this, you could probably have this as a 1 watch collection. It can almost do everything. It's that good. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this watch. Hit me up with your comments, and we'll see you all in the next video.